Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are the scouting staff for the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me one of the athletes who participated in that event. His name is Jordan Jones. He's a defensive back out of Rhode Island. Nice to have you, sir.
Thank you. Nice. Thank you for having me.
So, we had scouted you during the year and decided, hey, let's go ahead and invite this stud down to Orlando for the Hula Bowl, and really thought you did a great job there, for that event. But let's go ahead and back up and kind of start from the beginning, man. Tell me where you're from and kind of walk me through your journey a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay. I'm originally I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So a lot of people think New York is not like a football. A lot of people hear that and they just think like, oh, you from New York, you play football, like because they always say New York is for basketball. So, so I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I went to Abraham Lincoln high school. I didn't really start playing football until high school. So, when I got to high school, I started playing. I was really just trying to test and see where I was at, like what position I would play and stuff like that. So I went from QB, and then I tried out at QB, and I wasn't really a QB, so I then went to receiver. Then I was playing receiver and corner throughout my whole time in high school. And then after high school, I didn't have the grades to go anywhere else but junior college. So I just decided to go to junior college, and which is a great decision for me. I ended up playing there 2 years junior college. I went All-American both years at junior college. And after I left junior college, I ended up getting a scholarship from a couple different schools, but I decided to go with URI, which is like I totally knew nothing about URI before junior college. Like, I found out about them my junior year when a couple of my teammates from JUCO went there. And then I just promised myself I wouldn't go there. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not going to URI because all my other teammates went there, so I'm not doing it. But then I ended up going after my senior year there. I played, and then I was just like, okay, URI is my best option. I'm just go there. Went there 2019. Coach felt like I wasn't ready as yet, so like I just sat on the sideline and watched and stuff like that, and just trying to develop. I redshirted, and I was just trying to develop. But then 2020 came, and the COVID season came, and then we had a season, but it was only cut short. It was a spring season cut short because of COVID, and then after that, my coach was telling me like, I've seen a lot, so you're our guy basically. So, it's time to ramp it up and stuff like that. So then 2021 came, had a great year, was All-American, all conference. And then I was like, at the end of the season, like, it was like kind of question about what I would do if I wanted to leave or not. But I just said, nah, I'm gonna just stay 1 year. I'm gonna stay another year and just play football. So I ended up staying. I played another year. Went all first team all conference this last year, and then I got invited to the Hula Bowl.
Right. So I guess we're all caught up to speed now. But just kind of a quick recap. I mean, again, from Brooklyn, ended up going to Nassau Community College, and then after that, to URI, where both at the junior college ranks and also at URI. I mean, you were an All-American. I mean, I know 2021 was a huge year for you because that's when you snagged 6 interceptions and really got on a lot of NFL teams' radars. And then, of course, decided to come back for one more season and really just have a solid year, culminating with us giving you that invite, man. So it's certainly something that we wanted, from you. But obviously, you've had a journey, dude. And not everybody can really take the same kind of journey. Um, especially that of the JUCO route. I mean, I feel like the JUCO route is not for the faint of heart, because you really have to put in a grind, man. Talk about that grind and why you really had to love this game in order to get through it there at Nassau.
Man, the JUCO route is like you said, it's tough. It's not for the faint of heart, really. Coming from JUCO, it's like, so my JUCO, we had no dorms, no nothing. So really, I had to go home every day. So you really would come in, and sometimes like my classes would be like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I would have to wake up at 4 just to travel to the JUCO, to my junior college. I had to wake up at 4. And at the time, I had no car, no nothing. So I had to walk to the train station. It was about an hour. So then it would be pitch black outside. I'm walking, listening to my music, just take the train. Yeah, I had to pay money every day to take the train. So, I had no job at the time. So my mom would have to help me out and provide me with transportation money. It's like about, I want to say at least a good $30 a day back and forth, just transportation only. So you got to take the train. I had to take the train every day. Then the resources at JUCO is like slim to none. You really just the only thing they really provide is a helmet, shoulder pads, and a uniform, really. And then everything else you got to get on your own. You gotta make sure you're there, but you still have to treat it like it's anything else, like any other places, like like you playing at D1. So you go there and you really just trying to put it in the work and work hard, and you go there with a goal of you want a scholarship and you're trying to get out of there. So that's what I was going through every day. Just that's really kept me pushing, like and actually seeing all my friends and stuff that I have in other colleges, and I'm like, man, I just want to get there as well. Like, I know I could do it. So I just kept pushing every day. Like, let me just keep striving and striving and striving and striving. And then like, finally, when the offer started coming in, I was just saying like, oh man, it's paying off. Like it paid off, like all that hard work and the early mornings and late nights, like even when I had to do homework, sometimes late nights, and where I wouldn't even get much sleep. I'll probably get like 30 minutes of sleep in the chair while doing homework, and then have to get up, shower, and then head right back out the door to go to school. So it was a real grind.
Wow, that's just a lot to really take in. I mean, just the sacrifice that it takes. I mean, dude, you really got to love the game of football in order for you to, go through all of that. And so I got to ask you that question, man. I mean, what is it about football that you love the most?
My favorite thing about football is probably just, I think it's just the whole aspect of like working, like like working hard and stuff like that. Like it give me this like satisfaction feeling, like like, all right, when you work hard, like and you put enough time and the work, you like get rewarded from it. So like every time I feel like I'm working hard and stuff like that, I always end up getting a reward from it. So I think that's what I was just chasing the whole time. Like, like let me just keep working. Like, it'll pay off. It'll pay off no matter how long, whether it's long term, short term. But and I think that's how the whole thing with football. Like when you're working hard in football and you're working hard at the drills and doing anything in football, 100 miles per hour, and then it's gonna pay off at the end of the day.
Yeah, you definitely get out what you put in it. Like you said, let's get into talk. Let's get to talk about some football there, at URI. I mean, obviously, a fairly good program. The CAA is no joke. It seems like each and every year, any team could come out on top. So, it's definitely a very competitive conference. But talk about your guys' defense and how you combat that on a regular basis.
So coming into URI, I heard much about the CAA being so competitive on so when I was coming in, when I got to witness it firsthand was my first year there. Like we went 2-10, but like we could have easily had like a positive record because like there were so many games that were like we lost in the like fourth quarter and stuff like that. And even though I wasn't playing, I was just still amazed by what was going on in the whole CAA. So I know that like when it was my turn, like it wasn't gonna be no joke. Like most, like you had to go fourth quarter, and that's what coach always said, like, oh, this league is not gonna be blowouts. You're not gonna blow nobody out. Everybody's close. Everybody can beat anybody. So I know that going like when I started playing, I just said, all right, so my whole training, I based that off my training. And training, I just said, okay, I got to train to myself for the last play in the fourth quarter, and that's what coach trained us for. So like the last play in the fourth quarter, so just keep playing, keep training, and when you think you don't have nothing left, you just get one more, because that's what it's going to take in the CAA. So
right. And what about you as a defensive back? I mean, as a corner, what are your responsibilities like? I mean, do they use you in man a lot? I mean, are you field side, or what? I mean, can you kind of talk about your role there in the secondary, and what do you feel is like maybe your best attribute as a player?
okay. So my junior year, my role in defense, I was like the left side corner. So I always had played the left side. So therefore, like, I would always take on like it would always be to like the QB strong arm. But as my senior year rolled around, my coach felt like it was better to play because I had Antonio Carter was the undercorner, so he felt like we needed to do a field boundary. So like I took the field and he took the boundary. So, it was just like and both of them was fine. I like to play anywhere. Like I'll play anywhere in it. So I didn't mind going field boundary. I didn't mind going left, right. I didn't mind even having to play. If I had to play nickel, I wouldn't mind. So I just ended up playing the left side. I played the boundary. I mean the field side, and like I think it turned out good for me. And I think my best attribute as a player, I would say, is I would say it would be my ball skills, just like being able to track the football in the air and just having the mentality to go and get it. Like, I think I got like a receiver mentality when it comes to that. Like when I see the ball, I just want to go get it. Like, like as long as it's in the realms of where I could catch it, like I just feel like it's mine. Like I gotta have it. So
Nice. I do want to share with you at least some comments from one of our scouts who had scouted you this season. So, I mean, he had mentioned a very smart player who's tough, has good change of direction, solid explosiveness and play speed, and good overall awareness. So, I mean, we had one of our guys say, hey, he's pretty good, man. Let's go ahead and invite him down to the Hula Bowl, which, dude, we did. And so let's go ahead and chat about that a little bit. Dude, whether it be the call that you got from us or your journey or even the week of activities, let's talk a little bit about your Hula Bowl experience.
the Hula Bowl, at first, I was kind of like I was like, all right, so I was getting all these invites from these other games, but I was really just waiting on the Hula Bowl game. So I'm just like, am I going to get invited? I didn't know. So I was just waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And then I get a call one day and it's one of the Hula Bowl representatives. And he's like, yeah, so this is a Hula Bowl. Like, and it's I think it was so crazy because I don't usually answer phone calls that I don't know. So like, I
Me
didn't.
either.
So one day, but at this time, I just said, let me pick up this call. Like I just picked it up. I'm like, so I was just like, yeah, hello. Then it was like, yeah, hello. This is such and such. I forgot his name, but he was like, this is from the Hulu Bowl. We just wanted to, extend the invite. And my face just lit up like, oh man, like I was so excited because I was just thinking about it earlier that day. Like, I was going through the Hulu Bowl website and on the page, and I was looking through the roster, and I'm just like, man, will I be invited? Like I was just thinking, and then when I got invited, it was just so exciting. I'm just like, oh man. So, and then I'm just like, oh man, I went and told my coach and stuff. I went and told my family. I'm like, yeah, I got invited to the Hula Bowl. Like, like I'll be in the All-Star game in Florida, and I was just excited.
Well, yeah, dude, we had you on our radar for a while, had you on our board and just decided to pull that trigger. There are a lot of things that we did during the week, whether it be practices, we did have a couple of seminars and activities, and of course, you sat down with some NFL scouts. So, talk to me for a little bit about some of those interviews, man. Approximately, how many guys you felt like you actually sat down with and talked to?
Approximately, I think I sat down probably about like 5 guys, maybe 5 or 6 guys, and it were great interviews. And man, I just they wanted to know more about me, and not just me as a football player, but me as a person. I wanted to figure out like my family situation and what was going on, my background, and like where I'm from, and what does my family do. Just different background information on me, and just to see how I am, just as a person and not a player.
And so, did they give you any sort of feedback? Did they put on your film or anything like that? I mean, did those things happen in those interviews?
No, not really. I don't. No, I didn't get one of those. None of them had put on film with anything. It was just more of just trying to feel me out and see who I am. Like so like
Well, that's
that.
all right. I mean, obviously, dude, you did put on a lot of great film. So I kind of want to just ask you, when it comes to your career as a whole, whether it be at JUCO, URI, or even maybe your experiences there at the Hula Bowl, what are some of your best memories? I mean, are there some games or maybe even a play that's going to stick out for you for years to come?
I think my best memory has to be last year, my senior year of URI at Stony Brook. And we played Stony Brook, and it's the first game that my mom was able to ever come to. So it was like the biggest game for me. And like I ended up catching 2 interceptions and 1 pick 6. I caught a pick 6 and another interception that game. So it was big to be able to, perform like that in front of my mom. And I was just so excited after the game. I ran right to her after the game and gave her a hug and everything.
That's awesome, man. Definitely a dream to be able to make those sorts of plays in front of your mom and run over to her and embrace her. Dude, it just sounds like almost like a movie, having
Yeah.
her there. So um, I do want to take a moment and meet this Jordan Jones character outside of football a little bit. So take off the football helmet and talk to me a little bit about yourself that maybe not everybody knows, something interesting. Your hobbies or other passions in life. I mean, give us something about Jordan Jones.
Um, I'm really not much of an exciting person. I don't really go out. I don't party and stuff like that. So like, I think the biggest thing about me, that people find surprising when I tell them is like that I wanted to be like a FBI agent. So like a lot of people be like, "What you want to like?" I don't hear that a lot, but I wanted to be like I want to be a FBI special agent. That was like what I wanted to do, but like but always I was always put football first a bit. Like at then down the line, that's probably my career field that I want to go into, but.
Interesting. I mean, I think that you were a criminal justice major, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So did you just get your bachelor's, or did you have any classes like after that?
Yeah, I just finished up my bachelor's just now, the last semester. So, I'm done now, and I'm gonna walk across the stage in May.
Sweet, man. So maybe future FBI, we'll see how that works out. Anything else about you that you want to share, or whether it be some of your hobbies or anything?
Um, Not that I could think of.
No, it's all good. Let me throw a couple questions your way. Favorite movie?
Okay, my favorite movie, Matilda.
Okay, that's coming from nowhere. I don't
Yeah.
know if I've ever heard that one. Why Matilda?
Um, it's just a movie that I could watch a lot. Like I just like usually I don't like to rewatch movies because I know what's gonna happen. So I don't like watching a lot of movies. But when I watch Matilda, that's really the only movie that I could rewatch and actually have laughs at it. And every time I watch it. So
It's definitely an interesting movie. You're talking about the one with Dan DeVito, right? Like
yeah.
that movie. Crazy. Okay. Well, hey, to each their own. That's fine. Uh, and again, you said that you come from the Brooklyn area, and like you said, I mean, mostly people think of that as like a basketball town. Are you yourself a basketball fan? I mean, is that something that you have, you try to keep? keep up with, or what?
Yeah, I watch a lot of basketball. You know, my little brother, he's like a huge basketball. He wants to be like an NBA analyst. So, you know, sometimes I'll keep up with basketball just to, you know, have those debates with him and stuff like that. So, yeah, I
Gotcha.
watch a lot of
You
basketball.
got any favorites at the NBA level that you try and follow?
LeBron James, of course. That's my
Of
favorite.
course. I mean, he's the greatest guy to follow. So I definitely feel you there. When we're looking at the NFL and we're looking at a player perhaps at your position, who do you think does it the best?
Of all time.
Well, right now.
Well, um, right now I probably would say uh Jair Alexander, I would say. And
Nice.
yeah, I think it's really because like, you know, he's not as like big as the other corners and stuff, but he still puts just as much production and maybe even more sometimes than them, and you know, and he's number 23, so I like it.
Nice. Feisty guy. Nice to be able to aspire to be someone like him. So, Jordan, I know right now you're training, working towards your pro day. Can you share just a little bit about where you're training and perhaps some of your expectations for your upcoming pro day?
I'm training at Grossetti Performance. It's in Pittsburgh, PA. Out here in Pittsburgh, you know, it's really cold, snows all the time, but you know, still get that work in really. And my expectations for pro day, I expect to do good, maybe even great. So, you know, like I've been training hard, you know, my numbers been good so far. I feel like I've been getting bigger, stronger, faster, everything. So I expect to do great at pro day. So.
Yeah, you were telling me that you actually put on a little bit of weight since the Hula Bowl, about 10 pounds. So that's 10 good pounds, putting you at about 180, 185.
Yeah.
So definitely, getting up there and proving to people that you can be a strong guy and still, have that speed. So, so numbers wise, you feel like you're going to hit like your target marks. I mean, is that, you know, what you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna hit my target marks. You know, I actually when we did pre-testing, like before we even like it's like before I even started training, they just came made us do pre-testing. I actually think I did better than I did it better than I expected to do anyway. So I really think that for my target numbers, I'm gonna do it way like even way better now. So like
Awesome. Well, certainly looking forward to that. When is the URI Pro Day?
March 22nd. Yeah, I was just at Bryant University.
March 22nd. So definitely looking forward to that. Jordan, let's go ahead and wrap things up with you talking to all the scouts out there. So I want you to go ahead and close this up with you talking to everybody and tell them why they need to take a chance on you, maybe sign you, draft you, and bring you into their franchise. So go ahead and close this out with your pitch.
Um, I would say you know, it would be a great decision to take a chance on me because, you know, not only are you getting a guy that works hard on the field, but off the field, I work hard. And not only am I amazing teammate, you know, I'm a team first guy with everything I do. I just make sure I put the team first, you know, and you know, I just work hard in silence. Like I said, I mean, I don't really, you know, I'm not really a vocal leader, but I am a leader by example. Like, you know, I lead by example, you know, and behind the scenes, I'll lead and let guys know this and that. But also, you know, you get a very athletic guy, very athletic, great ball skills. When we're talking about on the field, great smarts of field awareness, great smarts, and just an overall good guy in general. You know, I feel like I'm a good guy, you know, and yeah, that's really it.
Well, Jordan, we definitely appreciated having you at the Hula Bowl, and do wish you the very best of luck moving forward. Do feel like you have a lot of great attributes, which make you a legitimate prospect, and we'll see what happens here soon. Definitely know that you're going to get your opportunity. It's just a matter of who. So we just need one of these scouts to fall in love with you, but. Once again, do wish you all the best. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure. We got Jordan Jones. He's defensive back out of Rhode Island. Definitely check him out.